Welcome to Chapter 7 of Investment Analysis and Portfolio Management. In this chapter, we will explore a fundamental asset class in the financial market, which is bond. We will examine what bonds are, how they are valued, the risk involved, and the factors influencing their prices and yields. So let's begin. Bonds are long-term debt instruments issued by corporations or governments to raise funds. When you purchase a bond, you are essentially lending money to the issuer. In return, the issuer promises to make periodic interest payments, known as coupons, and to repay the principal amount when the bond matures. Think of bonds as structured IOUs, providing predictable income and generally lower risk compared to equities. Bonds offer several advantages to the issuer. First, interest payments are tax deductible, helping reduce taxable income. Next, bonds do not dilute ownership, unlike issuing new shares. They often carry a lower cost of capital than equity financing and come with fewer bank restrictions, providing more flexibility. However, there are also disadvantages. Issuers must meet their fixed financial obligations regardless of business performance. And while bonds normally avoid dilution, convertible bonds can eventually lead to shareholder dilution if holders convert them into stock. Investors choose bonds for several reasons. Bonds provide steady income, capital preservation, and portfolio diversification due to their lower volatility compared to stocks. They can also act as a hedge during periods of economic uncertainty, and certain bonds, like government securities, offer high levels of safety. Despite their stability, bonds are not risk-free. Investors face interest rate risk where rising market rates cause bond prices to fall. There is also credit or default risk, especially with lower-rated issuers. Other risks include liquidity risk, reinvestment risk, and inflation risk, all of which can affect the real return on bond investments. Zero-coupon bonds pay no periodic interest. Instead, they are issued at a deep discount and mature at face value. The valuation formula discounts the future value to present value using the required rate of return (RRR). For example, a 6-year zero-coupon bond with a face value of RM1,000 and a required return of 5.5% has a present value of approximately RM725. This means an investor pays RM725 today to receive RM1,000 in 6 years, which is the face value of the bond. Sometimes, instead of price, we need to compute yield, the rate of return implied by the bond's price. For instance, if a zero-coupon bond with a face value of RM1,000 is priced at RM775 and has 3 years to maturity, its yield is about 8.87%. The Casio FC200V financial calculator helps automate these calculations, and please try it for yourself. Unlike coupon bonds make regular interest payments. When coupons are paid semi-annually, the discounting frequency doubles. The valuation formula considers both the present value of coupon payments and the discounted value of the face amount. Using the example of a 4-year bond with RM30 paid every 6 months and a 9% required return, by using your Casio FC200V, we calculate a price of RM901.06. If coupons are paid annually instead, discounting occurs once per year. Applying the formula to a bond with a 60 ringgit annual coupon, the present value increases slightly to 902.81 ringgit. You can try this by using your own Casio FC 200V financial calculator. This difference highlights the impact of compounding frequency on valuation. The example shows that more frequent discounting results in a lower present value, while compounding benefits investors receiving interest more often. It works against present value when we are discounting future cash flows. Hence, annual coupon bonds tend to have a slightly higher present value compared to semi-annual ones, all else equal. One of the most important principles in fixed income investing is the inverse relationship between bond prices and market interest rates. When market interest rates rise, existing bond prices fall. When rates fall, bond prices rise. For example, a 10-year 6% bond priced at 1,000 ringgit when the required rate of return is 6% will drop to about 929 ringgit when the required rate increases to 7%. If the required rate falls to 5.5%, the bond's price increases to about 1,037 ringgit. You can try this by using your own Casio FC 200V yourself. Bond maturity also affects price sensitivity. Longer-term bonds exhibit greater price fluctuations in response to interest rate changes. This is because more distant cash flows are more heavily affected by discounting, making longer maturities riskier in terms of price volatility. Bond volatility is also influenced by coupon rate. Higher coupon bonds generally experience lower price volatility because more of their value comes from earlier cash flows. In contrast, zero coupon bonds are the most volatile since all cash flows occur at maturity. For example, when yields move from 3 to 6%, zero coupon bonds drop nearly 25% in value while high coupon bonds drop less. Please feel free to refer to your module. Bond ratings assess an issuer's creditworthiness, that is, how likely they are to meet their financial obligations. In Malaysia, agencies such as RAM, and MARC evaluate bonds using rating scales that range from investment grade to speculative. Higher ratings reflect lower risk but also typically lower yields. Bond prices are affected by several factors, including interest rate movements, inflation expectations, economic conditions, credit ratings, liquidity, and market demand. Understanding these factors helps investors anticipate changes in bond valuations. You can refer to the explanation of these factors in your module, and please do your reading. The yield curve plots interest rates across different maturities for bonds of similar quality. A normal upward sloping curve suggests expectations of economic growth and rising interest rates. A flat curve signals uncertainty. An inverted curve, where short-term rates exceed long-term rates, is often viewed as a warning indicator of a possible recession. Yield to maturity is the discount rate that equates the current bond price to the present value of its future cash flows. It represents the bond's total expected return if held to maturity. Using the FC200V calculator, a bond priced at 1,010 ringgit with a 6.2% coupon and 15 years to maturity has a yield to maturity YTM of approximately 6.1%. Please try this example by your own using the Casio FC200V financial calculator. Some bonds are callable, meaning the issuer can repay them earlier than maturity. Yield to call measures the return if the bond is held only until the call date. For a 15-year callable bond with a coupon rate of 6.2%, callable after 5 years and priced at 1,010 ringgit with a 30 ringgit call premium, we can compute the yield to call. Entering the inputs into the FC200V calculator results in a semi-annual rate of 3.24%, and when we analyze that, we will get 6.48%. That is to express the semi-annual rate as an annual yield by just simply multiply it by 2. This helps investors compare callable bonds with other fixed income instruments on an equal basis.